Hi y'all, Phil here with High Tech Legion. New products hit the market all the time, but they're very rarely something totally new. It's usually an improvement or a variation on something in the past, or a combination of technologies that just haven't been combined together before. Take, for example, Logitech's G15 keyboard. It's not the first status display for a computer, but it is one of the first displays combined with a keyboard. Gigabyte has also done something similar with a mouse. This is Gigabyte's Aivia Uranium. It's a wireless gaming mouse that goes through a unique receiver. This receiver has a built-in LCD screen and a macro system to help you with all your various gaming situations. The real question is, will products like this take off like the Logitech's G15 did? So the packaging is nice, simple, not too busy, with a nice picture of the product. On the back here we can see a quick overview of the mouse, the base station features, such as various profiles, the DPIs, the report rate, and here we can see we have a charging cable that's built into the base for recharging the mouse without having to recharge batteries. Over here we can see some of the specifications. It's a twin laser sensor, up to 6500 DPI, 1000 Hertz polling rate, 1 millisecond lag time, 10 programmable buttons, and 50 hours of continuous gameplay on a single full charge. Now let's see what's inside. We have our open tab here. Vacuum on the packaging. Alright, let me see the box. Nice Aivia logo there. Lots of nice foam on the top to keep everything safe. Here we can see our receiver, the LCD screen, with a nice big cable. See here we have two wires. This one here has a lightning bolt on it to indicate that it's for charging the mouse. And this one over here just goes for the actual receiver station itself. And here we have the mouse itself. Nice, aggressively styled mouse without being too gaudy. You can see we have here all our various buttons. It's kind of light, but that's probably because right now the batteries aren't in it. And we have an on-off switch and a connect button. And last but not least in the box, we have our little goodies box. Inside we have our user's guide, a cleaning cloth for the lens on the sensor, an invitation to join the Aivia forums, and, now this is always important, spare skid pads, Teflon skid pads for the bottom of the mouse. And, last but not least, batteries. Now we're going to take a look at using the Aivia Uranium. So when you first plug it in, you notice that the Ghost logo comes up on the station and the Aivia logo will light up. Now the reason this is kind of flashy is because the refresh rate between the display and the camera are different. On the base unit itself, you can see we have a lit up logo. We have the screen itself. Top right of the screen you have your battery status, your current profile, your current DPI setting, and your current refresh rate, report rate. On the top you have two buttons. These control the brightness of the screen. So if I press the left one, it goes down. When you press the right one, the brightness goes up. On the mouse itself, here we have our various, we have our battery panel down here. Up here is the sensor. Here's the charging port, connect button, and the on-off switch. So when you turn it on, the blue battery indicator here turns on. This will flash red when the mouse batteries are starting to get low on charge. You have 10 programmable keys. You have the gaming 1, 2, 3, 4. You can't program the left, but you can program the right button. And the mouse, you have up, down, left, and right and middle click. These three buttons here are dedicated towards handling the interacting with the base station. So this one here goes through your DPI profiles. This one here sets you in the mode to start using setting up your macros and stuff. And the one down here, the third button, which has the Ghost logo on it, controls your profile. So you can see in the background, it's changing. Profile 3, the light down here is green. Profile 4, it's kind of fuchsia. 5, cayenne. Back to 1, blue. 2, red. Now it's easy to go into these settings and adjust. So since I already hit this button, you can see now we can go in. Now when you press to the right, you now can choose which profile you want to use. So I'll go ahead, middle click down to select profile 1, but you can also go further. If you on profile 1 click right again, you can now program the various buttons, the 10 programmable buttons on the mouse. And to do that, again, just click to the right. You can do basic settings where these are pre-built-in macros that you can control, or you can set any one button to. As you can see, there are quite a few, such as controlling media, copy, paste, speeding things up, slowing down, go back. Key mappings, you can set a specific button to control a key press on the keyboard. Or macros. Now these macros, as you see, there's nothing listed here right now. That's because we haven't recorded any through the software and the drivers on a computer. When you do it on the computers, and you can then save it over to the station and control your macros from here. And it's the same thing with the rest of the profiles. Go down to the DPI, click right, and you can select your DPI. But again, so if I go here and I middle click, it sets the DPI. But you can also go in, press right again, and change the X and Y DPI settings independently. So you now have more sense. With that, I've set the sensitivity higher on the X axis than on the Y axis. And for the report rate, again, same thing, click to the right, scroll and adjust it with the mouse. You can go anywhere from 125, 142, 166, 200, 250, 333, 500, and 1000 hertz on the polling rate. That's the limitation of how you can interact manually. Next, in another video, I'm going to cover how to interact with it through the software on your computer. Gigabyte has managed a very solid product with its Aivia Uranium. And by I mean that figuratively and literally. Literally in the sense that it's very solid. Even if you play with a death grip, you're not going to have to worry about this guy breaking. Figuratively in the sense that it's very consistent, very accurate and precise all the time. The twin eye laser sensor on the bottom gave me absolutely no troubles. It was always spot on wherever I was moving the mouse, whether in Windows or in game, regardless of what sensitivity setting I had it at, or DPI setting. The liftoff height for the sensor is about 3 millimeters or 2.5 CDs tall. And the batteries are nickel metal hydride. Now you have to be careful with that because it means if you do not fully discharge before you start recharging the batteries, they will start to develop a memory. And if you do not fully recharge them, they will also develop a memory in that sense too. All the buttons on the mouse are also, they're generally very light and quick to use. The only exception being the G1 and G2 key buttons up here in the front. They do require quite a bit more force to actuate, but it's probably a good thing because you have your left finger here, which is going to do most of the action, so you won't wind up accidentally clicking these. On the other hand, because it requires a bit more force, you're not going to want to assign any kind of quick actions to these keys. Everything else works very well. As I showed you a couple of minutes ago, with the setting up the macros using just the mouse for control, it's very intuitive and well thought out process. I didn't even have to look through the manual to figure out how to handle all the controls and to figure out where everything was inside the menu system. So props to Gigabyte for, with their first such product, coming up with something that works very fluidly and very quickly. The only issue that I had with this mouse was the fact that the docking station, when it's in screensaver mode, the screensaver mode is fine. It's actually pretty cool that you can, when it's idle, you can tell to display another image instead of just having the profile information up all the time. However, when you resume using the computer and the screensaver switch is off, there is a moment or a minute or two where you will experience some lag with the mouse. However, after that minute or two, you will not have any problems. I never had any lag in the middle of a game or just generally using Windows. It was only for that brief moment after resuming the docking station from screensaver mode. So really, I've been very well pleased with this mouse. It performs well. It's got that great unique feature with the docking station. Super easy to change around the macros, and the macro software that you can program complex macros through the computer is also very easy to use and rather kind of intuitive. This has been High-Tech Legion's review of Gigabyte's Aivia Uranium wireless gaming mouse. This guy does pretty good, and we're going to go ahead and give it our High-Tech Legion Editor's Choice. Thanks for watching our videos. Be sure to check us out on Facebook and Twitter, and to subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure to check also on our forums at www.hightechlegion.com.